Another thing that ended the art careers of many women before they could even begin is something that you can probably already guess. Yes, marriage. And I don't want it to sound like I'm anti marriage or anti stay at home moms. The situation was just very different in the centuries before us, when there was not as much of a choice for most women. It was socially expected to get married, have kids, and then most women would be left with barely any time to spend on their personal development and hobbies. There simply wasn't the time. Not to mention that a lot of women also had to work to provide for their families. Making money with art was difficult for them, and you could feel bad for spending time on something that wasn't providing money or care for your family. So having the time and permission to make art was more often than not a privilege for the married mother. For them, being an artist professionally was very difficult to achieve. Now, in the wealthier circles, being able to draw and paint was seen as a talent as long as it remained on an amateur level. While the rich were often the ones commissioning art and going to view art at salons and museums, not many of them pursued it as a profession, especially when we're talking about women. Like I said, it being a talent was admired, but it was more than often something that you would list on your resume rather than something you turn into your work. These women also had a lot of social responsibilities to maintain, and a career was seen as a threat to the family, their roles/duties as wives and mothers. So a lot of women ended up at the choice between a family and a career, and so many of them stopped making art once they got married. Hate to be a bummer, but it's true. A bunch of the names we remember today are those of women who remained unmarried, either by choice or because they chose to live with a close female friend. And again, I can hear you think that there were a lot of unmarried male artists too, and married ones. Again, their gender wasn't the thing limiting their artistic development or something that would cause the end of their career at any point. There's a different weight of expectations and amount of opportunities there. So the opening of art schools for women was a step in the right direction, but social expectations still presented a difficult choice for many women. The battle for women's rights improved matters bit by bit, but there were still a lot of roles women were expected to play, and it's hard to deviate from that path.